Calgary Stampede went into Ward Paddock and up towards it.
Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here, standing in a lovely spot in Suffolk, Ramsholt, at the Ramsholt Arms. I'll just pan it around a little bit for you. As you can see, beautiful place on the river. And there is the Ramsholt Arms. Nice little watering hole if you want to be in this area and you want to come down and have a drink, something to eat. Recommended. Bit pricey I think, but a lovely spot. Just have one more look. A couple of pensioners there going for a jog. Custard fields you can see everywhere as well. What a harvest we're going to have this year of custard. Well, anyway, that's Ramsholt. It's the other side of Woodbridge anyway. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make my way up to Ramsholt Church. And now that's not surprising, as you know, I've got this thing with churches. And the reason is, one or two of my subscribers have said to me, Andy, you're church mad, but you never go in them. So I thought, well, this time I will. If it's open, I'll go in it, and it should be open. It's a redundant church. Nobody uses it anymore, but I think it's open. Last time I came this way, it was. But before we do that, we've got to have a little bit of a subject. It's going to take me a few minutes to get up there. So I was thinking to myself on the way down, DIY. Do it yourself. Now, I've got to watch these lumps. They need to take your balls off. It is so gorgeous here today. Look at this. You can't beat it. Oh, fuck's sake! My God. Anyway, I survived that ball-crushing friggin' episode. Yeah, DIY. The other day, Mrs. P said to me, Andy, can we have a new kitchen? This one's worn out. And she has put up with it for many, many years. So I said, yeah, we've got the money. Order yourself a nice kitchen. Which she did. She ordered herself a nice kitchen. She didn't go bloody mad on the price, I must admit. I thought I was going to be skint for the rest of my days, but no, she was sensible. Got a kitchen. Ordered it. Anyway, we're standing there, and she says, see that cupboard over there? And I say, yeah. And this cupboard actually's got a gas meter and electric meter in. I don't want that anymore. It would make more space if it came out. So I'm like, well, it can't, dear. Why can't it come out? And this is how the conversation went. I want that cupboard out. You can't, dear. Why can't I have that cupboard out? Because it's holding up your stairs, dear. Oh. Yeah, but that can still come out. No, dear, it's holding up your stairs. Oh, well. Put a beam across it. You can't, dear. You can't put a beam across it because it's holding up your stairs. Ah. Right, and I could see her actually thinking to herself. No, this can be done. And I'm like, look, Mrs. P, I said, you can't do it. Trust me. You know, can't be done. Well, I think it can, you know. Everything can be done. I said, well, yeah, everything can be done, but you'd land up, you know, pulling your friggin' house about just to get a little cupboard out of your kitchen. Well, I want it out. Okay, dear. I said, what can we do to get it out? How can we persuade you that you can't get it out? Well, I think we can put a beam across it. No, we can't put a beam across it because a beam can't just hold itself up. You've got one end could hold up, but not the other end. There's nothing to hold it up. Oh. Well, I don't know, she said, but I know there's a way around it. And I'm like, sweetheart, there's not. It can't be done. And then she says, well, I think I better get somebody else in who know what they're doing. And I say to her, I said, Mrs. P, I was in the building trade 25 friggin' years, And if I didn't know what I was talking about, I'd have said get somebody else in, but I'm telling you, you can't have that cupboard out. And I could see her face, she was sort of looking and trying to work out how to do it, and I thought I'd give up. But luckily now, she has realised she can't have it out. But that goes on to other things, boys. Do you ever get out of DIY? I do. When me and Mrs. P first got together, she wanted a load of wallpapering done. I've done quite a bit of wallpapering, and she got this really tough pattern, you know, to put together. And I started to do it, and that was really doing my head in, you know, really doing my head in. And yeah, so she wanted this wallpapering done, so I started it, and this pattern was doing my friggin' head in. So anyway, she said, you don't know what you're doing. I said, I do. I said, but this pattern is bloody tough. Oh, let me do it. I know. I've done loads of this sort of stuff. So off she went. She'd done all the wallpaper and all around the room and everything else. I just thought, got out of that one. I could have done it, but I just made out I was a little bit sort of dumb when it come to that sort of thing. So whatever dog and bark yourselves, eh? Anyway, Ramsholt Church. Redundant little church in the middle of nowhere, looking over the river down there from the pub where we just were. I don't think they use this anymore at all, but I'll see if it's open. People are saying, oh, you never go in, Andy. So this time I will go in if it's open. Very plain little church, as you can see. A little altar down here. Individual pews, as they call them. Years ago, you can see that these were like family pews. Used to have a family in here. Family in here. Pulpit is up there. Look, so the old vicar used to go up there and stand in there. Right, near this place are interred the remains of John Keeble Esquire, who died on the 24th of December 1786, aged 76 years. There you go. A little tiny door down there. I'm out here all on my own in this little tiny church in the middle of friggin' nowhere. Very quiet. And roll of honour for the parish of Ramsholt, Suffolk. What the hell that was. Being listed of those serving Her Majesty's forces by sea, land and the Great War from this parish. Because it is the 100th year at the start of the First World War this year. So you should imagine all them poor buggers perished. Now if we look down here, I think you can see that the architecture, a small door here is Norman, or even slightly before that, I would say, like Anglo-Saxon here. So there you go. Ramsholt Church. So there you go, boys and girls. Suffolk Andy has actually been in one this time. Had a look round. Couldn't have picked a more remote place. But there you go. Look at that scenery. I know these cameras don't do it justice. But look at that. And you won't be able to see them. I can see them clearly. There's all cranes over there, which is Felixstowe, the big container port. really old gravestones here. Here lieth the body of William Waller. They're really old. Some other old ones here, like cherub things on top. There you go. There's a little church. You can see it hasn't got a square bell tower. It's got a round bell tower, which is very rare in Suffolk. There's a lot in Norfolk, but in Suffolk you don't get many. So it's quite a rare old church. And I think you can see, if you can see it, the line of the old roof running up the side of the bit there, where the old roof used to be, but they put a new roof on, of course. Oh, helicopter up there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. So, be nice to hear your run-ins with your wives, girlfriends, partners on the old DIY. Do you argue over it? Because me and Mrs. P do, I can tell you. There's not a lot we argue about, but when it comes to DIY, oh my God. And I'll tell you a quick thing before I go. She said to me the other day, "Do you know, you never decorated my hall?" And I said, "Dear, I will." She said, "I've had to paint 3 years." And I said, "Yeah, but the tops are not off them, are they? So they're fine." I got the tins of paints from 3 years ago, and the poor woman still hasn't got her hallway painted. So anyway, I think that's enough from me, from an absolutely cracking place in Suffolk. Suffolk Andy.